sure how big a fan you're going to be of Clinks in that situation. Sven.
That is a hero I have not seen in many moons.
And he deals with minus armor really well. He is a tough hero to run a minus armor duo into, so...
Deals really well with PL at most phases of the game.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
There's a period where the PL eventually gets a heart, and then you don't really worry about it too much.
5
But up until that point,
remaining.
it's always going to be alright.
Alright. What about a Brewmaster?
I can kind of see it.
Miss percentage chance, ability to just take, you know, the Sven out of the fight potentially. You still take advantage of the minus armor a little bit, but you at least have a bit more magic damage to work with. Somebody ran a bristleback already?
Really?
Or maybe...
You're looking at the heroes that have been picked?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it was banned. Somebody banned a bristleback already? Who's banning bristleback? I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing that hero quite a bit. I mean, it feels pretty good in my dumbass pubs, but... Alright, last 5 seconds. Team Serenity. Drum roll. It is gonna be... Ursa. Ooh, Ursa. Alright. So they're gonna try and put direct pressure onto the laning phase with this off-lane Ursa plus... I'm not sure if that's gonna be Vengeful Spirit or Crystal Maiden in that lane. Heading into the Ramsey Sven, and then on top of that, it'll be a strong core to match into the SF. One of the big things about all the Pengos that we've seen so far is that all the teams do try and make a little bit of space for it, whether it's in the initial laning phase setup, like the way that we saw Newbie go for it, or whether they use a core to create space for Penga to be able to do the other stuff. But I don't think VP can actually do that here with an SF and Sven. Both those heroes are going to need a heavy window of farm time, so I kind of wonder what they're going to do to enable Pasha to start with, make sure he has a good game.
Maybe Earthshaker just pulls ways or something.
Yeah.
Maybe Pasha can do that himself. They've actually got killers, though, now on the side of Serenity. Their lineup looks slightly more balanced.
This will hopefully not be the one-sided game that we saw the first go-around this series. Serenity went 1-1 with Team Secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won game 1, they lost game 2. I think they did their off-lane Storm game, too.
Yeah, side lane Storm Street.
I told you that was coming.
Yeah, you called it.
I was like, that Cap, you're going to see some crazy stuff from these guys. Then they immediately did it.
So, you've been talking about how this meta is like everyone's going to be doing crazy stuff. And it feels like this group stage has been all the teams doing some crazy stuff. It's just maybe Team Serenity is going a little too far outside of that box.
Potentially. And the thing that you should notice, this is still TI. Be careful, guys. You still got to pick up wins.
Prediction time. Play with the highest net worth by 25 minutes. SF? No one? I'm going to say no one. Oh no, the tips. I can't see anything. They're obfuscating my vision. Team with the player with the highest net worth at Game End. I'll say Ramses.
I feel like it's kind of flipped.
Player with the highest net worth by 10 minutes. I'm going to say ZYD. Number of towers killed before 25 minutes. Eat the tree. Just do
that would be the most boss move I've ever seen in my life.
All of a sudden, they're like, there's a bear here. There's a bear in the forest. Virtus Pro are going to be hanging on this top part of the map to make sure they get the double bounty runes, and very hard for Team Serenity to possibly contest that against an Earthshaker. Body blocking, a lot of good areas to get a good Fisher block in. Solo actually thinks that they have some sort of vision there, right outside that tree area. Not going to be the case, but they have already killed a ward just outside of the mid-tier one.
They've done their research. The other one, of course, is in this bottom lane.
Blocking out the easy camp. They want to make sure that their aggro tri-lane is what they're going to be running into the Sven is well set up for success, and they're going to give the Ursa the 1v1 against the Pango, which, again, I'm not terribly surprised that Pasha is going to be left in a 1v1, but this is not going to be a winning 1v1. Ursa will smash you.
I think they realize because the Ursa pick works just because no matter what core he's against, he'd be somewhat happy.
That was unfortunate out there. The Earthshaker Fisher block does lead the creeps going into the tower, and in a 1v1, and especially a 1v1 that you should win as the Ursa, you're not happy with your creep wave pushing. Already, bottom lane, XCJ does manage to get the kill onto Solo. Hidden into the side of the trees, they pop out, manage to get a sneaky surprise on VP.
This is a much better start. Just much better lanes overall too. It's gonna force Solo up here at top, because there's no way that they want Pango versus Ursa one-on-one.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
And that in turn, PYW will rotate. Now he looks to be able to pull the easy camp. That has also been blocked. Both teams doing a similar idea strategy here, trying to block the easy camp, prevent the pull, knowing that their aggro lane is superior. Or at least is in a better position without that pulling. ZYD blocked in, no one sets himself up in position to be able to get some good hits in. One raise lands, ZYD trying to stutter step to dodge another raise, and does manage to dodge it. Fairy Fire goes off, he's going to turn around, tries to go for the stun onto the Earthshaker. Meanwhile, we have the battle between the two supports in the top lane. ZYD does manage to chase away this Earthshaker. Back away behind the tier 1 tower. Going to be blocked up again by that Fisher. No one's going to start trying and chase him down. Roger trying to get in front of ZYD. He turns around and goes for all the nukes. He's just going to give up his life. I feel like this is almost one of those situations where he's like, I'm going to be out of lane too long.
Yeah, I don't even think that's that bad, just because no one's out of mana.
But he did just he missed double range creeps as a result of all that interference from Roger.
It just makes every lane so good for no one. The rest of the lanes, though, are still going fine, despite that kill.
Yeah. No. I mean, this is certainly going to be Ursa favored top lane, and then bottom lane seems to be going pretty well for GGG. He's currently sitting at 10 and 5. The Sven has kind of had to be in timeout in the initial part of the laning phase when they got ganked, and there was a tri-lane and everything else, so his CS a little bit behind, but not by much. Roger, continuing his roaming shenanigans, is now at bottom lane.
Ramsey's he's not loving this bottom lane.
Yeah. There's just a lot of magic damage harassment that they can get in. Between the lances, Crystal Maiden actually goes for the early level of Frostbite for the extra killing power rather than the extra spamming power of Arcane Aura, the value in Crystal Nova. Bottom lane, or top lane rather, they managed to get the stun onto Pasha, follow up with a couple of hits from the Ursa, enough to be able to chase both of the heroes away from the creep wave.
Not sure what that was fully meant to accomplish, but
it gets them out of range of the experience range, I think, of the creep wave. It's like the Ursa specialty, you know? Just run at the hero and think that you're a really good player. I'm not better at all. PYW sneaking in from behind, does manage to find Solo. Solo does not have an escape mechanism except for his own boots. He puts the jukes on, but is eventually found out. Does manage to get off at least the spiteful arcane curse before he goes down. The wrap in from behind. ZYD is going to show himself. Does manage to hit the LSA. Pasha, having already used the swashbuckle, has no escape. Managed to catch the two of them together.
This is a nice rotation.
All thanks to a 4-minute haste rune.
It's not even going to cost him that much. He's going to be able to show up in the lane pretty quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Much better start though for Team Serenity.
Looks like he's actually going to farm neutrals and just take advantage of that 5-minute shrine coming in.
I know I hated on their Game 1 draft so bad because, well, I think everyone can agree it was just a little bit off kilter. But in this game too, like, there's just logic behind it. Like last game, I just couldn't ascertain what was supposed to be what. Whereas in this game, it's like, okay, everything sort of makes sense. They put this Ursa, this is sort of this EG thing to do, right? Where you don't necessarily need playmakers in your side lanes as long as those heroes win you the lane.
Yeah.
So oftentimes you see S4 on this hero because he has a good matchup, like an overwhelmingly good matchup. There's some sort of melee hero that can't really trade hits with him.
So you think this time they've got 2 of the check marks, right? They've got both the laning phase win, and they've got the, I mean, they've got some lane shove. Crystal Maiden, Lina, stuff like that.
Yeah. And they've got decent-ish team fight. They've got a lot of stuns. And there's no hero like the Phantom Lancer for them to worry about. You saw that Ramses dodge almost every single Wraith King stun.
Yeah.
He dodged 2 or 3 shackle shots as well. There's no real way for them to take a fight. Whereas this time there's multiple different ways to take a fight.
Yeah. I would say all 3 of their cores, like, can be pretty good team fighters if they're ahead, right? Like Phantom Lancer with the early diffuse of Blade can be really scary. Ursa is obviously a big snowballing hero. Same kind of goes for Lina as well. Kisses all around.
Is that intentional? It looked intentional.
Did you know that I played a game recently with ZYD?
How'd it go?
Well, I had Papita
Radiant
and
are
Ritsu
scanning.
on my team. Papita had a monitor issue and had to leave the game. Ritsu was arguing with the 5th random pub guy, and both were feeding. So it didn't start out great, and then we won 4 versus 5, thanks in large part to ZYD.
What hero was he playing?
Mirana. Mirana mid. XCJ, he's not going to have a fun time here, surrounded by 3 heroes. They give the kill to Ramses.
Dire's top tower. is
What
under
struck me,
attack.
though, was how patient, and he just seemed like a nice guy, ZYD. He spoke a bit of English, typing, not actually using his mic. And he just seemed pretty positive. Obviously played like a beast, because it's an NA pub, and so he's outplaying everyone.
Hey, have some pride.
It's an NA pub at my level, dude.
Grant would not be happy about that.
2 to 3, almost 6 minutes in. 31 and 12 is now the CS score on the Phantom Lancer, completely outstripping the CS score of Ramses, who's 19 and 2. Mid lane, trying to get a rotation from PYW, see if he can catch no one's SF, set up ZYD, who does have his level 6, ready to go with the Laguna Blade. But no one has some pretty good defensive vision on both sides of his mid lane, so it's going to be found inside the jungle. He's going to go down. Again, another spiteful round of arcane curses and silent words to throw out before he dies. Again, another rotation from PYW, this time on the other side of the river, but again, no one has both the wards to cover both of the river rune ward spots as well as the common rotation areas from the supports, so they know how important it is for him to be able to have a good game and to be able to farm jungle unimpeded.
This is bottom lane. He's just throwing out stuns to get CS at this point. And they're going to run into Roger here. Lance flies out.
Body
Does have
blocked a little
TP,
bit
but
by PYW. Good doppelganger. Arcane Curse comes out, trying to slow down some of these heroes. Roger just trying to go as much damage onto PYW. Might be able to get the kill with the help of the last word. Turns around, managed to get the Arcane Missile. And now Ramses is in trouble. He's going to be lanced up as well. XCJ has a Crystal Nova. Enough to be able to finish off the Sven. They do end up losing their Lina, though, in the mid lane. No one. He just won that 1v1. Oh. Shinkyu. Gonna try and run down Pasha. Pasha has no escape. He's gonna have to juke his way through the trees somehow, but can't get away from the Ursa Bear. With the maxed out Earthshock plus the phase boots, he can run down anybody. It seems like Virtus Pro's only hope is gonna be no one.
he's a very good standby right now. But gonna find the rune. There's some Ancients that have been stacked. I like what Roger does oftentimes when he plays his Shaker. He just sits in mid, stacks up Ancients, stacks up normally just the big camp, so that whatever mid hero he has can just swap with him. Because we know that Roger does fancy being a little bit greedier at some point in the game.
But here he stacks up Ancients because he's got a Sven, right?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of options. This bottom lane isn't really going too well. There's nothing to really be had top or mid, so you might as well just stack.
William, you're in no one's position. This is one of your pubs. Like, what do you do? Like, you're the only one who's having a good lane. You're the only one who's actually going to have some decent farm. You've got a Sven who still needs to try and farm and stuff. Like, how do you create space as a Shadow Fiend?
I don't know. I feel like you just farm in this game too.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone just kind of hits creeps.
Okay.
If you're Virtus Pro.
You just wait for the mistake.
Yeah, because you'll hit a timing where Ramses gets items. Like, he's going to get Mask of Madness in a Blink Dagger, and then he'll create his own space. But top lane...
Keep chasing him down. Pasha goes down again.
He's just getting run at. Doesn't feel like he wants to really give up on this lane, but...
Solo's dead in the bottom lane. GGG. Doppelganger cut down some of the trees and make it a bit easier to find Solo. He's going to use all those illusions to charge in behind this tier 1 tower. Does manage to reveal Ramses for a second. XCJ couldn't get the frostbite, though.
He even throws down the weight of the terror just to make absolute sure, but he is well gone.
Yeah. They will at least take that tier 1 tower. Ursa's going to have a Blink Dagger here super fast. And Pasha's not even level 6. Life is rough for Virtus Pro, and things are looking good for Team Serenity. Up by 4K by 10-minute marker. Pretty good experience lead as well. We'll see where those 10-minute bounty runes end up. I'm never sure what to do with the silencer in this sort of game.
When you're just under-leveled, you didn't have a laning phase.
Yeah, you don't have a stun or any... You can't protect your cores, really.
Yeah, sure you can. You just kind of sit there and tank deaths.
You just run in front of them and...
Yeah, somebody
take me instead!
Somebody has to die for the cause.
3 bounty runes go the way of Serenity. As it should, I think, at this point, with... Considering the amount of control and the big lead that they have, they should be able to pretty much bully Virtus Pro. And the rich get richer. 5K gold lead now for Serenity. PYW is going to take some time to farm up the mid lane, while ZYD, Lina at level 9, can easily jungle and just play off map. And that just makes it harder for Virtus Pro to be able to show anywhere, do anything. No one is going to be going for a Shadow Blade, which is kind of an early playmaking item for this hero.
I feel so bad for Pasha. Like, anytime he shows himself in the lane at all, he just gets run at.
Yeah. Both these cores, when they're ahead, they can chase down a Pangolier, right? Like, on one hand, you've got Ursa with the Earthshock slow. It lasts so long that you can actually catch up after he swashbuckles. And on the other side, you've got Phantom Rush from the Phantom Lancer that can keep chasing you down. Team Serenity definitely seem prepared for the Virtus Pro Pangolier. Are punishing it pretty heavily. Top net worth is the Ursa, followed up by No One's SF, who's still obviously doing a good job farming up the jungle and such, but not far behind him, Phantom Lancer and Lina. Pretty much neck and neck with him in net worth.
PL almost has defusal.
Oh, already.
Got blink on Ursa. Everyone's getting core items. I really like the way that Serenity's taking this. Like, they're gonna wait, they're gonna get all the items all together, and then you just form a ball, take fights, non-stop. And you should be able to overwhelm Virtus Pro because, like I said, VP just kind of want to farm, which is what you see no one doing, right? He hasn't really moved. He's just kind of sitting in his lane, spamming out raises. He's gonna farm. And Ramses is in a similar situation just because his laning phase went so bad. You can't really expect him to participate in fights.
Yeah.
Having him to just farm up items. And so for VP, the only move is sort of watch Serenity run at you.
They're going to have to watch a Shin Q run at them with 2 lives. It's got the Aegis now.
That's an early Roshan too. So Roshan number 2 spawns around 22. Go potentially high ground with that.
Yeah. They're going to cut their way behind the tier 1 offlane towers. They're going to be able to catch the Vengeful Spirit. Easy, but Pasha is going to come in. He does have his level 6. Can they actually win a fight here? The swap back. Shin-Q does manage to get away, but Pasha chased him down with the Rolling Thunder. Will be able to find another bounce in. Can they actually kill him a second time? No one. He's going to lead up with the Requiem of Souls. See if he can get that quick pop. Oh, nailed it perfectly.
Middle tower is under attack.
He had no enrage for that second life, and Serenity may have just overextended themselves in a big way. They're still trying to take that mid-tier 1 tower with ZYT. The 2 supports will back him up in his venture.
I mean, that was so greedy. If you have the rest of your team there, I'm okay with taking that fight.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say that was a pretty good fight.
Go for the deny. No one snags it.
Middle tower has been denied.
So, 2 minor victories there for Virtus Pro. Big one in being able to take the Aegis and killing the Ursa. A small one indeed. Mask of Madness now complete for Ramsey, so all his time that is being spent in the jungle just became a lot more efficient. And the Shadow Blade is up for no one, so he can start making some plays. Up to the top lane. Shin-Q immediately jumps onto Pasha as soon as he shows himself in lane, forcing a swashbuckle.
Shin-Q's got to be careful. You're not some weird offlane Ursa or anything. Your team has prioritized a lot of farm onto you. But they've got all the basic like tier 1 fighting items.
You see that replay again. I love the way that Pasha held onto his Rolling Thunder. He read the fact that swap was going to come out from the Vengeful Spirit and knew that they really needed that disable to make sure they locked down that Ursa.
I just like the fact that they gave up on the Venge.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's get the obvious target here.
Right.
We kill his Aegis, we kill his cheese.
Dire are scanning.
And now he's got a Blink Dagger. So Virtus Pro, when you were talking about like, I need these 3 things, one of these 3 things.
Radiant's bottom
Well, now you've got the superior initiation from VP. They can win team fights, even though they're down, simply because they've got Rolling Thunder, Blink Dagger. Later on, they may even have Blink Dagger on Roger, but that's more of a dream at this point. He's only sitting at 400 gold.
You're not seeing that for some time.
XCJ, kind of positioning himself deep in the jungle, is going to run into some of these heroes. It does at least make sure that his Lina isn't picked off, but feels like it's unnecessary to let in your supports die like this. Shin-Q is very far forward here. The Rolling Thunder is going to come in, stops him from being able to blink away. Another blink coming up. No, he's stopped by the Stormhammer. He's going to be caught out. Turns to try and fight Ramses, but it is to no avail. Maybe he's not. He actually managed to get the kill before he dies. GGG comes in, does manage to get a lot of damage on Pasha. He's already dead with all that Midas armor. No one managed to get off a good Requiem of his Souls. They're forced to back up. GGG is dropping low. He still has last word on him, and nice dunk from Roger. Managed to get more damage, and there goes the Phantom Lancer. He's dead. ZYT, he is forced to try and clean up some of these supports to make this fight look a bit better for Team Serenity. And Roger is going to be the one spotted finally. Oh, he managed to get the Vengeful Spirit kill, so it ends up being a 3 for 4. Now, I'm going to say that was kind of okay for VP considering they are down in net worth.
I mean, they won both the gold lead and the XP off of that.
Yeah.
They got 700 more gold, 1,000 more XP. And that fight could have gone a lot worse. I thought that was actually just going to be like 2 deaths on the side of Serenity and they were going to mop house. But not being able to find no one while he was tree line, that hurt quite a bit.
I mean, I feel like Serenity's just being a little sloppy. Like, XCJ, I can see a support dying, being aggressive positioning. That's okay, but to have your Ursa immediately caught out, past the river, just as you saw a bunch of heroes in that, jungle area.
No one's starting to get really farmed now, though.
Yeah.
Items at the very least. Solo is having the opposite issue here. 1, 6, and 4. He's got 4 stolen in.
Oh yeah, shout out to that man who at 14 minutes still did not have boots. He's got them now though. Living the high life of supports.
He's got raindrops refreshed. Thank you.
That is the energy drink of your choice for support. GGG apparently feeling like the magic damage that's coming out is a little bit too rough. So he's gonna go for a hood. And not for like an earlier BKB. Why is that?
I think it's a little bit greedy, but I really like it when you go hood when you're against heroes with the instant
Dire's
jump
top tower
that
is
just
under
magic
attack.
burst you.
Right.
'Cause if
So like Pango and Earthshaker.
yeah, it's like if you get hit by one of these two heroes, it's much more likely that you survive off that. I
Right.
think. Would be my reasoning.
Oh, Shin-Q misses out on the blink clap there. He was just doing it blind. As soon as the smoke popped, he tried to blink forward. Missed that. They do get some vision down, though, to be able to pressure that offlane tower, and they spot Ramses. Can they get him? They do have a swap available. Thinks about it. PYW finally pulls that trigger, stuns him up, and a quick kill on Ramses. So that smoke does end up finding a very important kill. Maybe he misses Roger, but he gets a better one in Ramses.
They always have the tools to be able to kill him, is the thing at this point. Once he gets Blink Dagger, I think that's when you'll probably see VP start to group up, because it'll coincide with the timing of no one getting his BKB.
Is under attack.
But I don't know if you have the time to wait for your stun to get the BKB after that.
Radiant's top tower
You have to start
has
taking
fallen.
whatever timing fights that you can.
Dire's bottom
Oh,
tower
blink dagger's up for Roger.
What? Didn't he have like 400 gold a second ago?
Yeah. That was like 5 minutes ago, and he had 400 gold. Now he's got a blink dagger. All right. I think he was the recipient of that really big Ursa kit,
He was.
if I'm not wrong.
Wait, the one where they found him with the egg?
Dire's bottom tower is
No,
under attack.
the one after that, where he managed to get the Echo Slam. Or was that the
Ah.
Phantom Monster? No, I think it was the Phantom.
I know he killed Avenge.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he threw the fissure at the
Oh, yeah, I see that. 419 gold. That certainly helped.
That's the nice part about being behind and getting all these like random support pickoffs. You sort of get gold.
Yeah.
Dire
3-man
are
smoke up. They
scanning.
do have a successful scan, and Ramses was in the side jungle, so I think they know it's a hero that isn't the Sven behind him. XCJ is going to lead the way with a Crystal Nova, trying to get them some vision. Does manage to get the jump on a solo here. The roll in from Pasha, but they baited an illusion out from the Phantom Lancers, so they're going to give up the Crystal Maiden. Sure, but the initiation is now gone from VP, and Serenity can try and pound. GGG looking to be able to slow down these heroes. Roger shows himself. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger, though. Fuel Scepter up onto the SF. Managed to get the LSA stun. Trying to blow him up. ZYD can't quite do enough damage. Now ZYD being threatened by the physical damage. Ramses comes forward, blink forward, finish him off. Shin-Q comes in with the physical damage of his own. Managed to bring down the Sven. Trading out 1-for-1 cores, a buyback from the Crystal Maiden, hoping to be able to slow down, jump away. Earthshaker couldn't TP out in time. He gets caught, double kill for Shin-Q. He pushes forward, looking to be able to grab more. No one does have the Shadow Blade, though. And no detection on our Ursa Bear.
Dire's middle
We
tower
are
is
in
under
potential
attack.
Roche spawning time. And it is actually a very early Roshan, just another 40-second wait for Team Serenity. So it's a good start that they managed to push this top lane, or kind of controlling this area. Will give them a good running start on taking that second Roche.
They'd really like that one, especially on their Lina. You saw him just kind of get right-click down. So we're gonna watch the replay of this solo.
I mean, look at this. Look at this play from the illusions coming forward. You could see, like, Pasha as well as Ramses really thought they had something more than just a Crystal Maiden.
Their entire team committed so hard for that. They smoked,
Yeah.
try to reset the fight a little bit.
ZYD surprisingly does manage to get the LSA stun there onto no one. I'm just not sure if he really cared to pop a BKB at that point. So we head back into the game. You can see Virtus Pro are trying to push out, are trying to control that Roshan area, but there's a lot of aggressive vision from Serenity, all in this offlane jungle area, one by the Ancients, another one farther up on that cliff. And Shin-Q's doing the right thing, right?
Dire's
Push out the
middle
bottom
tower
lane,
is
see if you
under
can force
attack.
someone on the Radiant side to defend the tier 2. If so, that opens up the Roshan pit for you.
DP though, gonna finally take a tower. I didn't even realize that they hadn't.
Yeah.
I feel whenever I watch VP games, it always feels like they take tier 1 so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like that last game, they just took all of them one after another. They're like, these belong to us.
Dude,
Thank
look-
you very much.
Look at these guys. I don't think they want to do Roshan. I think they want to take the fight of somebody trying to go into the Roshan pit. And XCJ, well, he's going to be one potentially caught out here. Ramsey's blinking forward. LSA not going to go out. ZYD faking it.
They really don't want to hard commit for this. The double stun.
Don't manage to get the stun out onto the Sven. The roll in from Pasha will finally manage to finish up that Crystal Maiden. Now he runs into the Phantom Lancer on his way out, jumps his way over the river with a swift swashbuckle. Gets away.
Global, though. They're thinking about re-engaging too. You see that ping's coming out by solo.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful here if you're Serenity. Just because they don't have global, you're still at a number.
Oh, and then air jump onto the Lina with an Echo Slam follow-up. The swap comes out. ZYD trying to limp himself away. Does manage to get the Gold Scepter onto the Sven. Now the magic damage comes in. Immediately just throws that Laguna Blade, but he has to run away from no one. No one is so fast trying to catch up. Finally managed to spot him. ZYD ends up going down, trading life for the Sven. GGG, he's going to have to try and carry this fight, but he's afraid of Roger right now, as he doesn't have a doppelganger just yet. Still silenced for so long. No one gets a little bit more damage onto him. Shinkyu comes forward, manages to get on top of the SF and pounds him to the ground. No one falls, and finally Serenity do manage to win the fight, even if initially they lost their Lina against no one. It took him a lot of his BKB time.
They're gonna get the Aegis out of this too.
Yeah, just go straight for that Roshan pit.
The biggest part of that was that you saw the utility of the Venge right there. If you have the ability to swap and you can reset the fight, it allowed her to just stay alive for such a long time. No one had to run past everyone just to get there. Couldn't protect his Sven whatsoever. Ramses is not surviving in these fights, so he's not getting any closer to his BKB either. Like, often he's kind of the sacrificial lamb where he runs in, he pops his ults.
And see that again, the save from PYW is what makes that the double initiation.
Barely lives there.
Yeah.
They get one more spell off on him, he dies. As a result, he gets his full toolkit onto Ramses.
Yeah, I love the fact that he just blows the Laguna Blade. He knows like he needs to get out the damage right away because he may die. And sure enough, he does. No one chases him down with his BKB. Boy, they thought they had this with a silenced up Phantom Lancer, but Jinkyu comes back in. So, a whole lot worse. Pasha, feeling like he wants to try and get some more damage out of his ultimate, is actually going to go for the 2-second shield crash sheep in ball. Usually see a lot of Pangos, pro Pangos going for the extra 2 seconds. Oh, bottom lane, they're going to be able to catch a support here, or DYD, can he stop this one? LSA a little bit early there, misses out on the stun. PYW still trying to get away, freezing field on the high ground, but no one gets off the ultimate. GGG does manage to dodge a good amount of that damage. Now he's going to slow down Ramses, manage to get the Lance out. Global silence out, now the turn. Maybe Ramses can finish off that Phantom Lancer with the help of no one. They do manage to take down that Aegis, but it got hit by the LSA. ZYD still chasing him down, not letting him get that blink out. They will punish Virtus Pro for taking that Aegis. Roger somehow TP's right next to the neutrals, but maybe Pasha? Way too much.
Oh man. They just continue. Again, the Sven takes this fight. He's like, this fight actually kind of looks okay, but he always dies at the end of it. So he's not getting any closer to his BKB. He desperately needs it to really be able to do anything. His net worth has fallen so abysmally far behind. You talked about it. You're like, who's supposed to make space on this team? I was like, well, once the Sven gets Blink, they're just going to take fights and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Maybe if the fight swings in his favor, he isn't the first one to just get popped and he gets some gold, he'd get a BKB and these fights would look a little bit different. But as a result, they just can't really do anything right now. He just gets kited.
Oh no, that feels bad.
Top lane looking like a decent-ish bait.
Yeah, they're gonna get it. Pasha rolls in, follow up. Roger just throws everything they have. They get the Gold Scepter off from Pasha as well. So they do have a lot of chain stun possibilities, as we saw from that kill on the Lina. Still though, Serenity are taking a tier 2 at the same time. And they're gonna go for a high ground threat.
You might as well try to force them back. You know there's no Echo Slam. It's the big deal. These aren't my favorite cores at hitting towers, but they might just get forced back by default.
All Virtus Pro do come back, but you're absolutely right, Team Serenity. Not feeling great about hitting the high ground too much. They'll back up. Trying to get the Abyssal Blade for Shinkyu. That will, again, just be another hard counter to this SF, who's currently trying to go for a Scythe of Ice, hoping for the level 25 talent around the same time. GGG is just trying to tank up. Got the Manta already, has the hood on the magic damage. We were talking about those issues earlier. Now he's just going to go for the raw HP of the Vitality Boost. Once he has that, He's certainly not unkillable, but it will force VP to throw so many resources at him, bring him down.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're Ramses, for the 100th time, you need
Dire's top
Oh,
tower
look at this.
is under attack.
that one step closer.
One step closer to the BKB.
I bet you didn't expect that. You gotta count your blessings in this life, Cap.
BYT is so close to Pasha. He's hunting. Let's go for the LSA. Oh, Pasha! He just ran the opposite direction for a moment.
Attack.
And the LSA misses. Meanwhile, there is a Strike Force team of Serenity members clearing through this area where Solo died trying to get... That is the worst feeling, but when you go for a D ward, and then not only do you die, but then they deny the ward.
They've taken everything from you at that point.
What was my life worth? It was supposed to be worth an observer ward.
It's worth a lot.
Take away even that.
Big. No one's gonna go for a Hex. Add some further control. And they need something for...
Never
this
apologize for seeing.
I was just singing Chicago. Solo. Out of there, buddy. Oh god. The reverse losing int.
And he... That's the second worst feeling as a support. You die placing an observer
Dire's
ward and
bottom
he gets
tower
denied.
is under attack.
Again, your life was supposed to be for an observer, one way or another. And Serenity are just not letting you have that. And they are very rapidly moving around the map. They just rotate up to the top lane. They're going to try and push into that off-lane jungle, it looks like. But VP, they're already set up. It is double damage, Phantom Lancer, right? Ursa is going to lead the way. Does have BKB as well as Enrage.
So you've got to be confident that you can pop them.
Yeah.
And you should not be.
Everyone run. GGG. Self stuck up on the...
Money to burn.
Unstoppable.
Oh.
This.
Q still finds Solo. That is back-to-back-to-back deaths, where he steps outside the base for a moment. And that's all it takes. ZYD used his BKB here in the top lane. Now is searching for Roger, is going to miss that stun, needs the Yule Scepter. We'll find it, he'll stop the TP. That should be a kill. As long as Roger, maybe he can flick himself out. Still hit by another LSA. Yeah, W. We'll catch him. Pasha goes for the kill on the courier and gets it too. Took 2 hits. Serenity not fast enough. The reactions to be able to save there.
Okay, so you've got BKB on Sven. There's a heart on Phantom Lancer.
I thought this was a start of like, here's the good things for Virtus Pro, and then he immediately fouled into XCJ is going to be caught by Ramses as he was waiting there for a long, long time.
That's a lot of gold.
Yeah, that is absolutely worth it. Plus a creep wave. Not only does he have BKB, Tome ready to go, that level 20.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It is
attack.
hard for Serenity to go high ground.
Yeah, that's the only downside of the lineup. Because once Alina, if she stands in front, you have to just all in rely on PYW to get the swap off.
Yeah.
I feel like they should wait for the next Aegis. There's no reason for them to have to force any sort of play. They've got 2 tier 2s down. So if they win one fight, they're liable to just take 2 rounds.
Sven pushing bottom. As soon as somebody showed, BP smoke up, push out. Hope to be able to catch somebody while they know
If they could connect to bottom and get this kill on this Ursa, that would be massive.
That could be massive, but Virtus Pro is getting a little... They're hemming and hawing. They're not sure which direction they're going. And in the end, they give up on trying to catch the Ursa. Instead, just trying to secure Ramses some more space. He does get that level 20, has the lifesteal now. Put a smoke up from Serenity. It's smoke of their own. Hitting 4-man. Gonna run into Pasha. Swap back. Whoa! He managed to blink himself away from the LSA in time. Swashbuckles out.
Roll out.
Out of here. Well, Roger is gonna be the one who dies instead.
Autobots roll out.
And Shinki runs solo again. Honestly, is it even worth talking about solo
yeah.
dying at this point?
Solo.
It's like talking about creeps dying.
He's up at 30 seconds. Oh, he didn't pop his global. Joke's on using.
So, this is what Serenity needed. They needed pickoffs outside of the base before they could go high ground.
Yeah, I mean, this looks similar to the game where they beat Secret, because they just had good ways to catch. You give ZYD this hero like Lina, back-to-back games. I'm a fan of that. And with the 2 lanes opened up like we talked about, you should be able to get another set of racks with this.
Are they going to be greedy, though?
I think you play greedy here.
Can't
Play to win.
Radiant's bottom tower
Could open an opportunity for Virtus Pro to win a team fight as the heroes come up. Oh, meteor reveal, swap back onto Roger, managed to blink himself to safety though, with the global silence going off. Serenity are now going to try and retreat, give up PYW, he's only a vengeful spirit. Serenity are going to try and get out as a 4-man, but GGG. In Doppelganger very far away. Now the BKB, it's wearing out on Ramses. Turns around, tries to get some damage. Soul's going to be slowed down. Here comes the Rolling Thunder from Pasha. The BKB already popped by Jin 2. Goes straight for the throw. Goes straight for no one. Does manage to get that kill. Now slowing down Ramses as well. Ramses does not have that magic immunity to protect himself against the Lina. He will end up falling as well. Mass buybacks coming out from Virtus Pro. This could be the final fight for them as Soul is going to be wiped off the earth by GGG once again.
PL.
1 race, 2 race. Does manage to finish off the Crystal Main. A BKB popped. Turns around, tries to go for a wraith on GGG, but he's already doppelgangered away. Now the focus on that second lane of racks, even with the buybacks. Virtus Pro are huddled inside of their base, cowering next to their shrine, and watching their Raxes die. Serenity call it day. 2 fights won, 2 lanes of racks taken.
They didn't take the underrated racks though.
Ah, how underrated is the range rack?
It kind of matters. I've seen a team lose from it. Remember Alliance?
Yeah. The lane of racks is 100%. How much is the melee? How much is it? Give me a percentage.
Radiant are scanning.
70-30?
That's actually what came to my mind first.
Yeah.
And I'm a gut instinct kind of guy.
Okay.
They've got some real Phantom Lancer problems right now. Cap. And they hex him. No one gets like 4 hits off, and they're just like.
Now he's got cheese. It seems so unlikely with this much HP that he's gonna get bursted down. And again, the hood looks so good. The extra magic armor with this amount of HP, because it's largely magic damage they're coming at it with Echo Slam and Rolling Thunder initially.
Okay, so this is your all-in attempt right now. Your VP. You used all your buybacks. You're starting to run real low on BKB charges on your SF.
Roger's in a position
They
to
know
be able
about
to go for a Fisher block.
Where's the
DYD. Oh, he managed to hit the LSA out of no one. No BKB. Brought down by
He's gone.
Jin Q. That is a dieback. Ramses with the BKB activated, but he's getting just kited around. PYW swapped him out of position. Now they're poking at him. He turns around, tries to go for a kill.
Roger.
Goes over immediately from Team. Roger comes in with a big Echo Slam on it too. But how much damage is there really out of just a solo Roger? The answer is enough to be able to kill a Crystal Maiden. Virtus Pro call it. Team Serenity. Hey, they went 1-1 with Secret. They've now gone 1-1 with Virtus Pro. This is pretty good showing by them.
They just have to stop themselves
Yeah.
from going a little bit too far in the draft. They're just like, well, we have a pretty good draft.